Hey y'all, and welcome to week 37 vlog. Let's go see what's going on. Yesterday and today, this morning, I was kicking my own butt getting the community plot cleared. If you are new here, hi, my name's Brooke. This is Seed to Plate channel. I am doing weekly vlogs in the year 2021 to catalog my gardening journey. So if you want to come on board, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, do whatever you wish, but happy you're here. So I am in zone 8B. I'm in Central Texas, and so it's just starting to cool down here enough to like get outside, really do a lot of good garden work, etc. So at the community plot, I got it cleared, which I was a very neglectful gardener this summer, so I got it all cleared. It looks really good. I'm really happy with where it's at. But we're about to have like 10 inches of rain this week. It's supposed to rain like every day. So, I might just be watering the weeds. I need to remulch at the community plot. I also need to amend, but it's cleared. I'll put up a picture up here. I didn't take my camera because I had a little bit of a time constraint today. But the other thing I'm doing is hardening off my seedlings, which I had some issues with my seedlings this year, with my fall seedlings, just being a bit of a neglectful gardener. So, but that's okay. We're hardening them off. Now, the process of hardening off is when you start seeds inside, you want to take them outside so they can get used to the temperature, the sun. I'm trying this new thing where once the temperature, instead of doing like an hour and then 2 hours and then 3 hours and like building it up that way, I'm getting to kind of a temperature threshold. So we keep our house at 75 during the day and 70 at night. And right now the temperatures at night are about 72, but the highs are getting up to still like 90 plus. So if once it gets over 80 to 85, so that's 5 to 10 degrees over what these plants are used to, I'm going to bring them inside. And I'm gonna see how that goes over the next few days. And we'll go from there. But these transplants should be ready and fully hardened off by the end of the week to put out in the garden. I've already got some beans growing and coming up, and let's take a look at these seedlings. So this is some blue curled Scotch kale. There's some Swiss chard that's looking a little rough. It's getting a little hot. There's some cabbages. That is Japanese red mustard. More cabbages, Swiss chard. These are Chinese cabbages. This is lacinato and purple moon kale. I love this purple moon kale, it's so pretty. That's some kind of kale, more Swiss chard, and then collard greens. So you can tell by my shadow, it is about the middle of the day. And then our seedlings that have been outside, those are starting to pop up as well, which is good. And then the beans, I'm not really sure what happened here. They got funky. I got a few, but and then my re-sowed zinnias are starting to pop up. I am going to get these seedlings pulled inside for today, bring them back out tomorrow. This is honestly the worst part of starting seeds. The worst part. The other thing I wanted to show you guys inside, which our house is a bit of a mess. There is soccer on the TV right now, if you can hear that. We're big soccer fans. Apparently the foil did not get put back in the right spot. I made hot sauce. So this is fermented hot sauce. You can see the bubbles in the hot sauce. This is fermented. It does separate because it doesn't have any like preservatives or anything in it, but it smells incredible. The process was super easy. I'll link the recipe I used down below. And these were all of the peppers that I used that had gotten like red. So they were gonna be super spicy. I probably wasn't gonna eat them in anything. So I'm really excited to try that out. I really kind of wanna bottle it in like a traditional hot sauce bottle versus like a jar. But the fact that I just didn't mess it up was kind of massive, So beginning of week 37, that is my update. Feeling good. We're gonna get a ton of rain this week. We're just gonna get the soil nice and prepped. So things are happening, guys. I'm exhausted. I spent 5 hours at the community garden yesterday. 2 of those hours I was doing like community garden work, and the other 3, I was working on my plot. So an hour and a half today, 3 hours yesterday, 4.5 hours later, I got everything cleared, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if I would have just weeded over the summer. Jesus. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you later this week. I think that dang squirrel was drinking water out of my seedlings. Hey y'all, how's it going? Wanted to take you along. I'm going to put out some of my transplants. It's the middle of the day. We've got some stuff coming up. Everything's looking pretty good so far, but I just need to like reseed whatever didn't come up, and then also just get some freaking plants in the ground, because you can tell that some of them are super root bound, and it's like freaking gorgeous out right now. So I'm putting on a 30-minute timer to take a break from work, and we are going to plant some shit. Also, I wanted to make sure I said I did not think it was possible to transplant sunflowers. I had a viewer who comments a ton, and he's awesome, gives me so much education. He told me that I could start them as transplants if I did it when they were really small and like really tried to disturb the roots like as least as I could. Let me show ya. That is a transplanted sunflower. Looks pretty good to me. And I swear it's grown like 30% since yesterday. So we're gonna get some more stuff in the ground. I've got bush beans coming up, but I do need to resow some of them. I've got tons of zinnias. It's happening. It's all happening. We were supposed to get 10 inches of rain this week from a tropical storm that was blowing into the southern part of the state, and that is not happening anymore. So happy that the tropical storm is missing people who would be affected, but I was also kind of excited about the rain, so. All right, y'all, that is, 22 kale plants, which should be more than enough kale for us. This feels good. We're making progress. I'm gonna water these in, and then I'm gonna show you just how delicate you have to be with these sunflower transplants, and we're gonna find some spots for those. Okay guys, got those seedlings watered in. Now just a reminder, if you use a lot of mulch like I do, watering your seedlings like really good because the water is gonna like take a minute to get down to the actual dirt past all the mulch. So that's my diatribe there. But good way to get these sunflowers out. I have this flat of flower seeds that I sowed. These 3 rows are sunflowers. There's Red Rouge, Golden Teddy Bear, and Chocolat, and I'm waiting until they get their second set of leaves until I pop them out. So we're gonna transplant this Red Rouge today, both Chocolats, and then we're gonna give the other ones a couple more days. I take my handy dandy pen because it doesn't have anything sharp, so it's not gonna cut any roots, and I get in here at the corner, okay, and shove it all the way down to the bottom. And then I gently pop up the whole cell by getting underneath it. And you can see these roots are already pretty developed. So we're gonna go plant this one out, and then we'll come back for the other ones. Okay guys. So what I decided to do was, because I have 2 of the Chocolat and 2 of the Red Rouge, we're gonna put them at the back of this bed so that they kind of provide like a living wall behind the beans, because the beans are shorter. So I think that'll work out pretty well. So we're gonna do Red Rouge, Chocolat, Red Rouge, Chocolat. And then we've got zinnias on this end, and I don't remember which one's which. So this is just gonna be a bit of a very colorful surprise fall garden, but Good morning, guys. Oh, dog wants to go in. Hello. Hope you guys are all having a good week. We're back. I need to get more seedlings in the ground because they are looking dry and root bound and raggedy. But I just wanted to tell you guys real quick. Sorry, I'm really tired today. My anniversary with my boyfriend was this week, and I had my family's birthdays and family's anniversaries, and I am just freaking exhausted. So, the t-shirt shop is launched. So I know I've talked about it on here a couple times in passing, but t-shirt shop is launched. So if you want to go shop t-shirt designs, you can go to the link in my bio. There are men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts, and unisex. I will promise you now, this is not going to become a plug every time I jump on here and do a vlog, because that would be annoying. But they are just like general gardening t-shirts. They're not branded for seed to plate. They're just kind of fun and a way to express yourself and your personality. A few details to know about the t-shirt shop, which is partially why I'm so exhausted because it launched yesterday. Few details to know. So for men's shirts are men's shirts, right? Nothing brainiac there. The women's shirts, the ones that are actually under the women's section, they're going to be a little bit shorter. The sleeve's going to be a little shorter, and the neckline's going to be a little bit wider. The unisex t-shirts, they are going to be longer, like way longer. The sleeves are going to be a little longer, and the neck is going to be a little tighter up on the neck, like more of a traditional crew instead of the lower neck. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that the shop turned out. I'm hoping to launch more recipes and ebooks and apparel. I'm launching sweatshirts here in a couple of weeks, so if you're one of my cold climate people and you would prefer to have a sweatshirt than a t-shirt this time of year, then hold off, because there are sweatshirts launching, both crew neck sweatshirts, cropped crews, and hoodies. So yeah, it's all really exciting, and it's kind of a passion project. I still have a 9-to-5. I'm still going to be doing this YouTube channel, and now I have the t-shirt shop. So that was long. The only other thing to note about the t-shirt shop is it is based on-demand printing. So what that means is I am not actually the one shipping you your shirt, and I'm not the one printing it. That is done by a company that I have partnered with, because I do have a 9-to-5. So I design the shirts, I pick which shirts they are, I sample them, and then I put them live on the website. And then the printing process and the fulfillment is done by this partnered company that I'm working with. So when you order a shirt, if you order a shirt, expect to wait about 10 to 14 days from the time you order to the time you actually receive it. It takes about 5 to 7 days for it to be printed. Basically gets put in a queue. So it takes 5 to 7 days for it to be printed, and then it takes another 5 to 7 days for it to ship. So that's the only thing to note. I feel like us gardeners are used to waiting a long time for things. But I also feel like, Amazon culture has made it so if it doesn't show up to our door within 2 days, we're kind of like, what is happening? So link in the description box if you would like to go shop t-shirts. Again, this isn't going to turn into a plug every time, because I really love this community for what it is and all of the gardening knowledge. So let's go look at some transplants. I like to show you guys what the transplants look like after I transplant them, just to show you that they are surviving and thriving. I think sometimes it's like a little maddening to me when I see a gardener do something and then not like follow up with like what happened next. So here are the kale transplants. Some of them are looking a little, they haven't perked up quite yet. So some of them are still kind of laying down. It's only been a couple days. The purple moon kale seems to be transplanting really well, and a couple of the lacinato kales are doing okay. But this could have been due to them being a little bit leggy and just not being quite as strong. We've got some flowers popping up here in the grow bags. The transplanted zinnias are doing well, and also those transplanted sunflowers are doing great. That was something I was super hesitant about, but again, a subscriber told me that I could do it, and so I did it, and look at that. The beans are growing bigger, and actually this took longer than I expected, but the beans that I direct sowed are starting to pop up, which is great, because I was a little bit nervous that they were not going to pop up. So that is all good news, and some of these seedlings are just taking up so much water that they're just not doing well. So I'm going to give these guys a good watering today, and I'm also going to plant a bunch of them out, both in this middle bed, but I think I might just go ahead and fill these grow bags with like a bunch of greens. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like next week. But I think that'll do it for this vlog. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this week, guys. Have a good week and happy gardening.